All right, hi everybody. This is Charles McConnell from Edinboro University, and he's going to give you a quick presentation today.
Yes, hi everybody. My name is Charles. I am one of the admissions representatives here at Edinboro University. If you're not familiar with Edinboro University, we are located in the town of Edinboro, Pennsylvania, um, which is about 15 minutes outside of the city of Erie. And then we are within 2 hours of Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Buffalo. So those are some of our bigger job markets in the area as well. So to give you a feel for campus, we Edinboro is it's more of a smaller rural town, um, not a larger area. That's why, we also it's more of a rural town, but Erie is close by, that which is more of a city, a larger city in Pennsylvania. And then so we're part of the PA state system schools here in Pennsylvania. We're kind of a mid-sized school compared to all of the state schools. Um, so our total enrollment is about 4,600 students. For you guys, that's really what that boils down to, is about 20 to 25 students per class. So class sizes are a little bit smaller, similar to maybe a high school feel once you get in the classroom. But campus is larger, a lot of green space, so a lot of outdoor activities and things like that. So kind of a bigger feel on campus, but a smaller feel in the classroom. We have over 130 majors. Um, so there's kind of something for everyone, but there's a few that we're primarily known for. We do have the School of Education. We were founded as an education school. So we're still top 10 in the state of Pennsylvania for education every year. So we have a lot of students come that want to get teacher certified. We have the School of Business. There's a lot of different concentrations within our business field. The comprehensive business program is probably the most popular because you study all aspects of business rather than just honing in on one of them. We have the College of Science and Health Professions. So we have all of the health fields, pre-med, pre-dental, physical therapy, occupational therapy. I would say nursing is our major program there. We are ranked one of the better nursing schools on the whole East Coast. So we have simulation labs on campus, so a very hands-on nursing program, which goes for a lot of our programs. We also have speech and hearing sciences, which is a pretty popular major there too. And then we also have the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. With one thing people don't necessarily know is we are a pretty big art school. That's our biggest major in terms of the fact that there's 14 different concentrations led by our animation program. We have a top 15 animation program in the United States. So we have students come from all over for that program. We've had them from Florida, California last year. So we have, like I said, 14 different art concentrations, everything from painting to drawing to sculpture. So that's a pretty big thing at Edinboro as well. So 130 majors, a lot of different um, majors to choose from. Outside of the classroom, there's a lot of things to do as well. I mentioned it's more rural, so there's a lot of outdoor activities. We have over 140 clubs. A lot of those are related to the outdoor. We have an equestrian club if you like to go horseback riding. We actually have a outdoor recreation department itself, which takes students hiking, whitewater rafting, even skydiving. And then athletics wise, we are primarily a Division II university. We do have a Division I wrestling program. That's always a big draw on campus, but the rest of our sports are Division II, with the newest one being esports. We did add esports last year, so we have a men's and women's esports team as well. Campus living. So essentially, we have two options for our students, including our freshmen. We have what's called the Highlands, which is our apartment style living on campus. They're full suites or semi suites where you have your own bedroom, bathroom, kitchenette and living room. So they're full on apartment. You have everything you need there. Um, and then we have traditional housing, so more of dorm rooms, what you think of for the old school traditional college experience. So we do have those still. Those are single or double rooms. The main difference there is that you don't have a bathroom in your room, so you do have the community bathrooms, so you have to walk down the hallway. Um, but either option, the Highlands or the traditional housing, does have, um, even though you have a kitchenette in the Highlands, there are community kitchens in all of these buildings. And just little like study areas and quiet spaces, as well as the pool tables in the lobby, TVs available in the lobby. So, you have areas where you can hang out outside of your room as well. Um, One thing that laundry is available in either option also, and it's part of tuition, so you don't have to bring a bunch of quarters or anything. So laundry is included, which is nice. We do have a pet friendly floor in our traditional housing, which is new as of last year. So there's a few more pets around campus now. So you can bring a dog or a cat with you up to 50 pounds. So there's some restrictions there, but you can bring pets to campus. And then we also have living and learning communities. So say you are a nursing major, you could choose to live in the nursing community to be with other students that are in your major that you're going to be seeing a lot in the classroom. So that's something that's available as well. So how we currently do it is it's a 2-year contract. So if you come in as a freshman and you select the Highlands, you would be there for 2 years. And at that point, you can do whatever you want. You can stay there, or you can move off campus at that point as well. So housing is guaranteed for all 4. So if you like where you're at and you want to stay on campus, it'll be good for the 4 years. If not, like I said, you kind of have all options on the table after the second year. No matter which option you choose, also you can have a car on campus. Even as a freshman, you can have a vehicle. There's plenty of parking available, and then you just pay $75 for parking for the year, so it's pretty reasonable. If you don't have a vehicle, we do have transportation. So it's not really a necessity, but it's something that's available to you. If you don't have one, our transportation will get you around on campus and off campus. It'll take you into Erie, into the town of Edinboro, so you can go grocery shopping and things like that. So you don't necessarily need a vehicle, but you can have one. So these are some of our floor plans here. I'm going to send this PowerPoint over afterwards as well, so you can check out the information on here. But these are our floor plans. So this is the Highlands. As you can see, there's a lot more options here. We have studio rooms, but singles or doubles. So that's a little bit more like a traditional room, although you do have the bathroom. And then there's also suites and semi-suites. So you can see you can live with up to 4 people in the Highlands. And depending on which option you choose, you would either have 2 of you sharing a room and a bathroom, or you can actually have your own bedroom still with 4 people. So there's a lot of different floor plans. The cost associated with the Highlands or the traditional housing, the total difference is about $1,500 per year. So it's not a major difference, but it's something to think about when making your selection. All right, so for students that are going into their or are seniors now, our application is open. If you're not a senior, this will apply to you either next year or the following year. So our Edinboro application opens up July 1st, and we are on the Common App, which opens up August 1st. So those are the 2 ways to apply to Edinboro. We're on rolling admissions, so we don't really have a deadline. The biggest date to keep in mind is November 1st. That's our early action date. So basically that gives you the best opportunity at getting accepted and getting a scholarship. So I always tell students, make sure you apply prior to November 1st. If you are a senior, like I said, the application is open. We started making application decisions about a week ago now, so we are admitting students now. And then the actual requirements is it's pretty simple this year. So you submit the online application. For any student that is, viewing this presentation at some point, you can use this fee waiver code EU 2021. That'll waive our $30 fee for you. So other than the application, all we really need is your high school transcript and test scores. So the high school transcript is a requirement. Test scores is going to be optional moving forward at this point. So if you have taken the SAT or the ACT, I would submit those scores to us. If you haven't, it's optional. So all we need is your application and your high school transcript. So how we're going to do that this year is if a student does not have a test score and they have a 3.0 GPA or above, they will automatically be admitted. If you have a below a 3.0, then we'll do a second review. So it'll kind of be each person will be reviewed individually. We'll see what classes you took in high school, see if you challenged yourself at all, did you improve over your 4 years, things like that. So, if you're in that 2.7 to 2.99 range, you'll be reviewed and we'll kind of go from there. So it doesn't mean you have to have a 3.0 to get admitted, but you'll automatically be admitted if you do have a 3.0. Now, if you do have a test score, we're still looking for around the same GPA, but we're looking for about 1,000 on the SAT or a 20 on the ACT. We do weigh heavily towards the GPA, so the GPA is the most important factor, but if you have a test score, we will factor that in as well. All right. So two things happen when you apply to Edinboro and you're admitted, two other things happen. So you're automatically considered for our freshman scholarships and for our honors college. Now I just found out a few minutes before this that our merit-based scholarships are actually increasing. So this says 1,500 to 4,000. We're actually going to raise that to 5,000 this year. So 5,000 will be our top scholarship. And we start scholarships at a 3.5 GPA. And then if you do have a test score, we are going to factor that in for scholarships. So the minimum would be 1,000 on the SAT or a 19 on the ACT. So test score requirements are basically the same as being admitted. And then we just raise the GPA from a 3.0 to a 3.5 for our scholarships. So as those numbers increase, the scholarship amount increases as well. So like I said, we'll start them at 1,500. We have about 5 different levels in between that. And then 5,000 is the top level. There's also a $1,500 scholarship opportunity through the honors college. So really the top level that you can get is about 6,500 there. Along with that scholarship, our honor students actually can get a housing scholarship as well. So there's a little bit more money there. And then you get priority scheduling. And there's a lot of study abroad opportunities. So some students join simply for that. All right. So this is my contact information. So if you guys have any questions later on that come up throughout the process, feel free to give me a phone call, shoot me an email, and we can get everything answered, get you settled. But if you are a senior, my main advice would be apply sooner than later, kind of get the process going. That'll give you your best shot at getting one of our scholarships and getting into your program of choice.
All right, awesome. Thanks for the presentation. Now I just have three
Yeah.
questions for you, general questions that students ask. First question is, what does your average admitted student look like?
So our average admitted student is actually quite different from what our requirements are. So we've had the highest GPA in the state system for 4 years in a row. So our average student last year had a 3.6 GPA. with about 1100 on the SAT or a 22 on the ACT. So that was our average student that came in last year.
Awesome, thank you. Um, a little bit of a different one, but what services are available on campus for students who may be struggling academically or emotionally or even socially?
Sure. So there's a few different angles for that. So one, we do have support services on campus. Let's go kind of away from the academics at first. We do have counseling services available on campus. So students can, I don't remember the number, but there's so many, you have so many times that you can see a counselor on campus for free before you start to get charged. You have so many per semester. So counseling is available on campus. Um, you can meet with a psychologist on campus. So if you're having any emotional issues like that, we have that. We do have a accessibility office on campus too. So for any students that may just need a little extra assistance, you can work with them. There's a couple different packages available depending on what your needs are. And then we also have, so we have what's called the Learning Commons, which is on the second floor of our library. That's the main hub for students to go to for anything they need. Located in the Learning Commons is tutoring center, so you can get tutoring for any subject there. There's the writing center, so if you're having issues with, or you just want a second pair of eyes on a paper, you can go to the writing center. The academic success office is there. So each student has an advisor and an academic success coordinator. Um, so they're kind of there just they actually schedule you your freshman year for you. So that's one less thing to worry about. And then they're there to help see you through, make sure you're making your progress towards a degree, taking the proper classes to fill out your curriculum sheet. And then there's also the career development office there. So if you maybe you're a freshman and you're undecided and you don't know what you want to major in, they can help narrow that down for you, help you go over what jobs you might be interested in, what jobs are available in the major that you're in to make sure you're in the right major. And then later on in your career, they can help get ready with job interviews, resume, and things like that. So any academic needs that a student has, I would go to the library, head up to the second floor, go to the Learning Commons, and everything is available right there.
Great, thank you. And last question, a little more fun. What are some major campus traditions that students look forward to every year?
So so COVID has affected this a little bit. I hope it doesn't. Uh, hopefully we get back to normal moving forward. Honestly, main athletics are pretty big on campus. Homecoming weekend, obviously, but a lot of students come out. Campus is pretty energized when there's a football game or any big athletic event on campus. And then in the summer, we have what's called the Highland Games, which is like a big festival on campus. Um, that's always a big hit. There's all kinds of different activities that go on, but the one that is talked about a lot because it goes with the Edinboro tradition is the kilted mile. So you wear a kilt and you run a mile for a race. Kind of goes along with the Edinboro heritage there. We do have bagpipes on campus. If you ever go to an Edinboro event, you'll see the bagpipers. They start each event, so that's something that's unique.
Those all sound really fun. I wouldn't expect to hear about a kilted mile. Huh. Cool.
I have not participated, but maybe some year I'll get out there.
Maybe this year's the year.
Yeah, it could be.
All right. Thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, thanks. And like I said, if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out.
I will pass these messages along. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.